Hello, my name is Han Vu, and I'm going to discuss about the National Quality Framework from my understanding as a pre-survey teacher. Based on the research and readings, I'm going to talk about the Quality Area 6, which is collaborative partnership with families and communities. From Hunky research, before approaching to the ecology of education, modern care paradigm dominates the main idea of child care center. It lacks formal education and is acting like a place to relieve parents to work with economic change and social development. More and more trust service arise, and it brings up the event awareness of government and other education departments to approach quality education in early years. They aim to reduce the negative effects of social disadvantaged children to enhance their future learning outcomes. However, the policy focuses outcomes rather than outputs. They ignore significance of the variables in the environment. They contribute to the quality, and it brings to a gap between the policy and the practical situations. In other words, the government and policy makers want to see the result, and that are represented by the heaps of reports and observation diaries from the center. Darbuck argued that the educators in childcare center are occupied with filling forms, report writing, and documentation of children's learning, constructing text prepare for inspection and auditing to meet the requirement from the department educator, have less time to interact with children and improve their efficient teaching practice from children's interest and right for parents. They have limited knowledge about the document and they do not clear about outcomes, and that communication between them is not sufficient and smooth. The second issue is that the provision for ecology is higher for preschools rather than infants or toddlers, which makes the long daycare center with insufficient qualified staff. Statistics show that 80% of children under 4 is not supported in a high quality educational context. In this way, for those child care center who is operating for profit, they would depend on the for profit. They will keep the correct ratio in each source and providing a report to government rather than focus on exploring their own value and professional responsibilities. In this way, to the communication with the parents for infant and toddler will be like how they play in the center, how the children sleep, and how much they eat and other safety issues rather than the development in motor skills or social skills. The message from the educators tends to influence the parents in terms of less focus on educational development when the children and younger age. Another issue is that the description of the standard assume that parents are sharing the same understanding of quality from Blackman. He argued that achievement of one group of children can now be compared with other groups, and now they are growing a different pace. For educators, they may not distinguish each individual's achievement was really most of children in the same group as a pre-survey teacher. I think, and from my position in the context and keep communicating with the parents about how college education is about to enhance their understanding as well. And this is my reference. Thank you for listening.